Now, you guys open sourced HPCC about 7 months ago, is that correct?
That is correct.
What have you learned and what observations do you have from that process thus far?
We learned quite a few things. It is important to know other use cases. We have been using this platform for a long time for our own data needs, and you know that we have a $1 billion business running on top of this platform. But it is quite interesting to see how other people are leveraging the platform now and what the main needs in the market are. So areas that we necessarily didn't explore much before now are become quite hot in the platform, and we are actively developing new strategies to extend into these different areas. So I would say that it was a very positive experience over the last 7 months, and we expect it to be as positive for the near future.
Now, how do you see HPCC comparing with other data solutions like Hadoop? And where does it fit in, and what types of businesses does it work best for?
We have a long experience in a traditional brick and mortar type of businesses.
Okay.
So financial, healthcare, law enforcement. But we are seeing also a significant number of new types of businesses, including a lot of internet-based business, startups, and other companies that are mostly based on the net that are also having a good experience with HPCC. So I think we are quickly expanding beyond our biggest strengths, which used to be reliable businesses with 24/7 critical operations, and getting even in those that are just setting up a platform to run some process and then tearing it down because they don't need it.
What do you see happening with HPCC over the next year or so?
I think we will continue with this same type of expansion. We have been doing recently significant development in certain areas, like for example machine learning, and we built a very complete set of functionality in data analytics, clustering algorithms, regression classifiers, statistical analysis. And we see, since this is a very hot topic, it's the best way, or at least the most effective way to extract data from, or value from your big data, we think that we are going to continue expanding in this area. And of course, any other needs that come from the community, for example, recently DNA mapping and some of the utility companies' records from sensors, well, we will incorporate also this functionality across the platform.
So last question for you. What are the things that you're tracking in the data space over the next few years?
I believe that quite a bit of interest will be around discovering value from the data. And big data is big in nature, so it's very difficult for someone to just browse or glance over the records and understand what those records mean. Imagine data sets that are extremely complex with thousands or millions of features and billions of records. How do you make sense of that data? So data discovery and machine learning are going to be very, very prevalent in the next few years, and I think they will become the technology, the emerging technology that will be the most growing in the market, in the big data market. I believe that there are a lot of areas where that big data will benefit from. One of those is the extraction of this value from the data through machine learning. And of course, there is the visualization conundrum as well, the ability to look at that information coming from the data and making sense through a way that you can represent effectively. And visualization comes very handy with that as well. It's the interface with the human.
All right. Well, thanks so much for being with us. Appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you for inviting me.